Good morning. I'm going to start with a prayer by Bahá'u'lláh. Create in me a pure heart, O my God, and renew a tranquil conscience within me, O my hope. Through the Spirit of power, confirm thou me in thy cause, O my best beloved. And by the light of thy glory, reveal unto me thy path, O thou the goal of my desire. Through the power of thy transcendent might, lift me up to the heaven of thy holiness, O source of my being. And by the breezes of thine eternity, gladden me, O thou who art my God. Let thine everlasting melodies breathe tranquility on me, O my companion. And let the riches of thine ancient countenance deliver me from all except thee, O my Master. And let the tidings of the revelation of thine incorruptible essence bring me joy, O thou who art the most manifest of the manifest, and the most hidden of the hidden. Here's another one by Bahá'u'lláh. From the sweet-scented streams of thine eternity, give me to drink, O my God, and of the fruits of the tree of thy being, enable me to taste, O my hope. From the crystal springs of thy love, suffer me to quaff, O my glory. And into the heights of the paradise of thy reality, let me gain admission, O my adored one. At the right hand of the throne of thy mercy, seat me, O my beloved. And within the meadows of thy nearness, before thy presence, make me able to roam, O my desire. From the fragrant breezes of thy joy, let a breath pass over me, O my companion. And into the heights of the paradise of thy reality, let me gain admission, O my adored one. To the melodies of the dove of thy oneness, suffer me to hearken, O resplendent one. and through the spirit of thy power and thy might, quicken me, O my companion. In the spirit of thy love, keep me steadfast, O my succorer. And in the path of thy good pleasure, set firm my steps, O my Maker. Within the garden of thine immortality, before thy countenance, let me abide forever, O thou who art merciful unto me. And upon the seat of thy glory stablish me, O thou who art my possessor. To the heaven of thy loving kindness lift me up, O my quickener. And unto the day star of thy guidance lead me, O thou my attractor. Before the revelations of thine invisible essence, summon me to be present, O thou who art my origin and my highest wish, and unto the essence of the fragrance of thy beauty, which thou wilt manifest, cause me to return, O thou who art my God. Potent art thou to do whatsoever thou willest. Thou art verily the most exalted, the all-glorious, the all-highest. He is the gracious, the all-bountiful. O God, my God, thy call hath attracted me, and the voice of thy pen of glory awakened me. The stream of thy holy utterance hath enraptured me, and the wine of thine inspiration entranced me. Thou seest me, O Lord, detached from all things but thee. Clinging to the cord of thy bounty, and craving the wonders of thy grace. I ask thee, by the eternal billows of thy loving kindness and the shining lights of thy tender care and favor, to grant that which shall draw me nigh unto thee and make me rich in thy wealth. My tongue, my pen, my whole being testify to thy power, thy might, thy grace, and thy bounty, that thou art God, and that there is none other God but thee, the powerful, the mighty. I bear witness at this moment, O my God, to my helplessness and thy sovereignty, my feebleness and thy power. I know not that which profiteth me or harmeth me. Thou art verily the all-knowing, the all-wise. Do thou decree for me, O Lord my God and my Master, that which will make me feel content with thine eternal decree and will prosper me in every world of thine. Thou art in truth the gracious, the bountiful. Lord, turn me not away from the ocean of thy wealth and the heaven of thy mercy, and ordain for me the good of this world and hereafter. Verily, thou art the Lord of the mercy seat, enthroned in the highest. There is none other God but thee, the one, the all-knowing, the wise. Here's a prayer by Abdu'l-Baha. Thou knowest, O God, and art my witness, that I have no desire in my heart save to attain thy good pleasure, to be confirmed in servitude unto thee, to consecrate myself in thy service, to labor in thy great vineyard, and to sacrifice all in thy path. Thou art the all-knowing and the all-seeing. I have no wish save to turn my steps in my love for thee towards the mountains and the deserts, to loudly proclaim the advent of thy kingdom, and to raise thy call amidst all men. O God, open thou the way for this helpless one. Grant thou the remedy to this ailing one, and bestow thy healing upon this afflicted one. With burning heart and tearful eyes, I supplicate thee at thy threshold. O God, I am prepared to endure any ordeal in thy path, and desire with all my heart and soul to meet any hardship. O God, protect me from tests. Thou knowest full well that I have turned away from all things and freed myself of all thoughts. I have no occupation save mention of thee, and no aspiration save serving thee. Here is the tablet of visitation for Abdu'l-Baha, which is read at his shrine and also used in private prayer. Abdu'l-Baha writes, "Whoso reciteth this prayer with lowliness and fervor will bring gladness and joy to the heart of this servant. It will be even as meeting him face to face." He is the all-glorious. O God, my God, lowly and tearful, I raise my suppliant hands to thee and cover my face in the dust of that threshold of thine. Exalted above the knowledge of the learned and the praise of all that glorify thee. Graciously look upon thy servant, humble and lowly at thy door, with the glances of the eye of thy mercy, and immerse him in the ocean of thine eternal grace. Lord, he is a poor and lowly servant of thine, enthralled and imploring thee, captive in thy hand, praying fervently to thee, trusting in thee, in tears before thy face, calling to thee and beseeching thee, saying, O Lord my God, give me thy grace to serve thy loved ones. Strengthen me in my servitude to thee. Illumine my brow with the light of adoration in thy court of holiness and of prayer to thy kingdom of grandeur. Lord, help me to be selfless at the heavenly entrance of thy gate, and aid me to be detached from all things within thy holy precincts. Lord, give me to drink from the chalice of selflessness. With its robe clothe me, and in its ocean immerse me. Make me as dust in the pathway of thy loved ones, and grant that I may offer up my soul for the earth, ennobled by the footsteps of thy chosen ones in thy path. O Lord of glory in the highest. With this prayer doth thy servant call thee at dawntide and in the night season. Fulfill his heart's desire, O Lord. Illumine his heart, gladden his bosom, kindle his light, that he may serve thy cause and thy servants. Thou art the bestower, the pitiful, the all-bountiful, the gracious, the merciful, the compassionate. And now I'm going to recite Abdu'l-Bahá's tablet, revealed in Haifa, for the northeastern states. O thou kind Lord, praise be unto thee that thou hast shown us the highway of guidance. Open the doors of the kingdom and manifested thyself through the Sun of reality. To the blind thou hast given sight, to the deaf thou hast granted hearing, thou hast resuscitated the dead, thou hast enriched the poor. Thou hast shown the way to those who have gone astray. Thou hast led those with parched lips to the fountain of guidance. Thou hast suffered the thirsty fish to reach the ocean of reality, and thou hast invited the wandering birds to the rose garden of grace. O thou Almighty, we are thy servants and thy poor ones. We are remote and yearn for thy presence, are athirst for the water of thy fountain, are ill, longing for thy healing. We are walking in thy path and have no aim or hope save the diffusion of thy fragrance, so that all souls may raise the cry of, O God, guide us to the straight path. May their eyes be open to behold the light May they be freed from the darkness of ignorance. May they gather around the lamp of thy guidance. May every portionless one receive a share. May the deprived become the confidants of thy mysteries. O Almighty, look upon us with the glance of mercifulness. Grant us heavenly confirmation. Bestow upon us the breath of the Holy Spirit, so that we may be assisted in thy service, and like unto brilliant stars, shine in these regions with the light of thy guidance. Verily, thou art the powerful, the mighty, the wise, and the seeing. Someone who was watching these broadcasts commented after watching me guzzle down that tea one time. She said, "Wow, them's some chugging skills." Okay, so we're going to continue reading from the hidden words of Bahá'u'lláh. I'm going to start with number 63 in the Persian. O ye peoples of the world, know verily that an unforeseen calamity is following you, and that grievous retribution awaiteth you. Think not the deeds ye have committed have been blotted from my sight. By my beauty, all your doings hath my pen graven with open characters upon tablets of chrysolite. Number 64. O oppressors of earth, withdraw your hands from tyranny, for I have pledged myself not to forgive any man's injustice. This is my covenant, which I have irrevocably decreed in the preserved tablet, and sealed it with my seal of glory. This hidden word that I just read has been set to music, choral music, by Eric Dozier, along with another one, which I read and sang to you not long ago, a few days ago. The other one is, O children of dust, tell the rich of the midnight sighing of the poor, lest heedlessness lead them into the path of destruction and deprive them of the tree of wealth. To give and to be generous are attributes of mine. Well is it with him that adorneth himself with my virtues. So I'm going to sing those two hidden words again. It's one of my favorites. It goes like this. Tell the rich of the midnight sighing. Tell the rich of the midnight sighing. Tell the rich of the midnight sighing of the poor. O oppressors on the earth, withdraw your hands from tyranny, for I have pledged myself not to forgive any man's injustice. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom. And I will tell the rich of the midnight sighing of the poor. O rebellious ones, my forbearance hath emboldened you, and my long suffering hath made you negligent. In such wise that ye have spurred on the fiery charger of passion into perilous ways that lead unto destruction. Have ye thought me heedless, or that I was unaware? O emigrants, the tongue I have designed for the mention of me, defile it not with detraction. If the fire of self overcome you, remember your own faults, and not the faults of my creatures. Inasmuch as every one of you knoweth his own self better than he knoweth others. O children of fancy, know verily that while the radiant dawn breaketh above the horizon of eternal holiness, the satanic secrets and deeds done in the gloom of night shall be laid bare and manifest before the peoples of the world. Well, we're really seeing that now, aren't we? O weed that springeth out of dust, wherefore have not these soiled hands of thine touched first thine own garment? And why, with thine heart defiled with desire and passion, dost thou seek to commune with me and to enter my sacred realm? Far, far are ye from that which ye desire. And now we'll go to one that's a little more uplifting. That section was very dark. Just so that we can end this portion with something a little bit lighter. O children of Adam, holy words and pure and goodly deeds. Ascend unto the heaven of celestial glory. Strive that your deeds may be cleansed from the dust of self and hypocrisy, and find favor at the court of glory. For ere long the assayers of mankind shall, in the holy presence of the adored one, accept naught but absolute virtue and deeds of stainless purity. This is the day star of wisdom and of divine mystery that has shone above the horizon of the divine will. Blessed are they that turn thereunto. Oops, wrong book. Anybody who would like to be with me in this video can request it and I'll see it. Or you can ask questions. You can type them, or you can be in the video and ask them. We had a fun time yesterday because my nephew Shoshone asked some very deep questions. That was a lot of fun, trying to answer them. I'm going to read from Baha'u'llah's letter to the ruler of Persia, Nasir-ed-Din Shah, in the 1860s, when Baha'u'lláh was a prisoner in Adrianople. And this letter to Nasir-ed-Din Shah is part of the Suriy-i-Haykal, otherwise known as the Tablet of the Temple. And that is the first tablet in the compilation of tablets of Baha'u'lláh from the book The Summons of the Lord of Hosts. And this is Baha'u'lláh speaking. This is an epistle, O my God, which I have purposed to send unto the king. Thou knowest that I have wished of him naught but that he should show forth justice to his servants, and extend his favors unto the people of thy kingdom. For myself I have desired only what thou didst desire, and through thy succor I wish for naught save that which thou wishest. Perish the soul that seeketh from thee aught save thyself. I swear by thy glory, thy good pleasure is my dearest wish, and thy purpose my highest hope. Have mercy, O my God, upon this poor creature, who hath clung unto the hem of thy riches, and this suppliant soul, who calleth upon thee, saying, Thou art verily the Lord of might and glory. Assist thou, O my God, his majesty the Shah, to keep thy statutes amidst thy servants, and to manifest thy justice amongst thy creatures, that he may treat this people as he treateth others. Thou art in truth the God of power, of glory and wisdom. By the leave and permission of the King of the age, this servant, that's Baha'u'lláh, journeyed from the seat of sovereignty, that's Tehran, to Iraq, and dwelt for 12 years in that land. Throughout the entire course of this period, no account of our condition was submitted to the court of thy presence, and no representation ever made to foreign powers. Placing our whole trust in God, we resided in that land until there came to Iraq a certain official who, upon his arrival, undertook to harass this poor company of exiles. Day after day, at the instigation of some of the outwardly learned and of other individuals, he would stir up trouble for these servants, although they had at no time committed any act detrimental to the state and its people, or contrary to the rules and customs of the citizens of the realm. Fearing lest the actions of these transgressors should produce some outcome at variance with with thy world adorning judgment, this servant dispatched a brief account of the matter to Mirza Said Khan at the foreign ministry, so that he might submit it to the royal presence, and that whatever thou shouldst please to decree in this respect might be obeyed. A long while elapsed, and no decree was issued. Finally, matters came to such a pass that there loomed the threat of imminent strife and bloodshed. Of necessity, therefore, and for the protection of the servants of God, a few of them appealed to the governor of Iraq. Wert thou to observe these events with the eye of fairness, it would become clear and evident in the luminous mirror of thine heart that what occurred was called for by the circumstances, and that no other alternative could be seen. His Majesty himself is witness that in whatever city a number of this people have resided, the hostility of certain functionaries have enkindled the flame of conflict and contention. This evanescent soul, however, hath, since his arrival in Iraq, forbidden all to engage in dissension and strife. The witness of this servant is his very deeds, for all are well aware and will testify that although a greater number of this people resided in Iraq than in any other land, no one overstepped his limits or transgressed against his neighbor. Fixing their gaze upon God and reposing their trust in him, all have now been abiding in peace for well nigh 15 years. And in whatever hath befallen them, they have shown forth patience and resigned themselves to God. Okay, so I see a question here. The question is, who did the translations? During the life of Shoghi Effendi, the ministry of Shoghi Effendi, he did the translation. Shoghi Effendi was educated at Oxford. He was a brilliant, brilliant student and writer. And he was appointed in Abdu'l-Baha's will and testament as the leader of the Baha'i faith after the passing of Abdu'l-Baha. And he did the bulk of what we have translated into English. After the passing of Abdu'l-Baha and the election of the first Universal House of Justice in 1963. The Universal House of Justice, who was ordained by Bahá'u'lláh, Abdu'l-Baha, and spoken of by Shoghi Effendi in their writings and their wills. The Universal House of Justice has appointed committees of scholars to consult and to produce the translations. So all of these translations are authenticated, and it's an interesting question because I have been corresponding with some people who are ill-informed about the Baha'i faith, and I have seen supposed Baha'i tablets which are not Baha'i tablets. They're very nefarious. And if anybody wants to know if something is authentic or not, there's a website that I go to, and it's called Baha'i Reference Library. And if it isn't in there, it isn't authentic, as far as I know. But a person could always write to the Universal House of Justice as well. But that's where I go for my authentications. So if there are any other questions, we can take them. And if not, we can finish for today. So I'll just wait a few seconds to see if there's anything else. And okay, is the yes, the Universal House of Justice, yes, is still releasing new translations. As a matter of fact, this book, The Summons of the Lord of Hosts, is a recent compilation. There's another one that came out in the last few years, Gems of Divine Mysteries, and the Tabernacle of Unity. Those are the three that I know of that are new translations. Any other questions? If you're, you could say yes or no, and then and then either I'll wait or I won't. Oops. Well, meanwhile, while I'm waiting to see if there are any other questions, I'm going to pray. This is my personal prayer for us today. I'm going to pray that we be strengthened in our faith and our love and our compassion and our forgiveness and our long-suffering and our willingness to overlook the faults of others, which is a major Baha'i teaching, to overlook the faults of others. And if someone has 10 good qualities and 1 fault, to focus on the 10 good qualities and forget the fault. And if a person has 1 good quality and 10 faults, to focus on the 1 good quality and forget the 10 faults. So I pray that we all be enabled to forget other people's faults today. Focus on uprooting our own and show forth compassion and mercy and love and kindness to everyone who crosses our path. And I'll say the Baha'i invocation, which is Allah, which means God is most glorious. Allah.